I'm Tomlyn Nicholson. This is Thursday, January 15, 2026. Breaking news. In a bold move, President Trump announced a one-year cap on credit card interest at 10% starting January 20th. This targets high rates, crushing families, promising major savings, fighting back against big banks. Breaking news out of Minnesota. Federal agents with Immigration and Customs Enforcement came under fire during a routine operation, leading to a chaotic scene where a woman was dragged from her vehicle by protesters blocking the way. Riot squads were deployed as crowds surrounded the agents, with reports of agitators faking injuries to escalate tensions. Local officials decried federal presence as unconstitutional, but supporters argue it's essential for upholding immigration laws amid rising threats. U.S. productivity jumped 4.9% in Q3 2025, the highest in years, as companies shift from cheap labor to capital investments. Economists say this sets up strong momentum for 2026, allowing rate cuts without inflation spikes, a clear win against Biden-era stagnation. The Iranian regime has plunged the country into a nationwide internet blackout, now entering its fifth day, using drones and surveillance to hunt down protesters rising up against the Ayatollah's rule. The White House is weighing options, including potential military support, while considering satellite internet aid to help demonstrators communicate. Sources say the unrest could topple the government if it spreads further. The White House predicts the largest refunds ever, $100 to $200 billion total, or $1,000 to $2,000 per household, thanks to delayed tax cuts. Families could save $11,000 to $20,000 annually, making America affordable again. The Supreme Court heard arguments on whether men identifying as women can compete in female sports, with justices pushing back on claims that biology doesn't matter. Conservative voices hail it as a turning point, noting mainstream outlets left audiences unprepared for reality checks on fairness and safety for female athletes. President Trump is touting a massive economic turnaround, with GDP smashing expectations at a projected 5.4% for Q4 2025, driven by tariffs and tax cuts. Wages are up, inflation is down, real growth for ordinary Americans. That's the Trump effect in action. The Department of Justice launched a criminal probe into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, with the FBI stepping in amid allegations tied to economic policies clashing with the administration's agenda. Insiders say it's part of a broader push to hold financial leaders accountable for decisions impacting American families. Tensions rose in the Senate as 5 Republican senators joined Democrats to advance a war powers resolution limiting military action in Venezuela after the U.S. strikes captured former leader Maduro. The move defies the president, sparking backlash from supporters who see it as undermining clear victories against socialist regimes.